there are several farms both in the South and across the country, and not just farms, but land holdings, collective land holdings. And I guess I'll just speak to a big example because it's historical and it still exists to this day. And the Federation of Southern Cooperatives Land Assistance Fund owns like over 1,000 acres of forest and farmland in Alabama. And the reason that I always give a shout out to the Federation is that, at the time that the civil rights leaders that came together here in Atlanta actually to form the Federation of Southern Cooperatives, they were really having the conversation we were just having, right? Back 50 plus years ago. They were trying to figure out how do we actually create an economy, land holdings that allow our survival. And so that land that the Federation acquired, the reason I like to highlight it, even though it's an older example, is that it's still owned by the Federation to this day. And there was a time in the 1980s when some unscrupulous elected officials called for an investigation of the Federation because they were saying that they should lose their 501c3 nonprofit status, just like what's happening today with the legislation that Congress wants to get enacted, where because they were Black folks who, on their personal time, were helping register voters, the argument was made that the Federation was engaged in political activity that should void their 501c3 status with the IRS. And the knee jerk reaction of all the government agencies and private foundations that were supporting the work of the Federation was to cut all of the funding to the Federation, like literally every single financial support source that the Federation had was cut. And the staff at the time had to move to the land and live in the dorms and live at the Federation because they were not making any money. And I bring that story up because where they